shadows looming over creation, the concealed perils of artificial intelligence. Envision an intelligence that eradicates diseases, resolves climate crises, and guides us to new stars. A tool that bestows upon us power beyond imagination. That is the frequently promised future of artificial intelligence. But behind this dazzling promise, many shadows lurk. Shadows that many prefer to ignore, but that could tell the true story of what we are currently creating. A story that not only shows us the fascinating development of AI, but also the potential pitfalls into which we might fall. We're at the start of an era where algorithms grow more powerful. They write texts, create images, and make decisions that impact our lives. But have we truly understood what unintended consequences this power might have? Have we truly asked ourselves whether we might lose control when machines begin to pursue their own objectives? The risks are diverse and complex. They range from issues that affect us already to scenarios that could question the very existence of humanity. What if the technology that is supposed to liberate us instead traps us in a new kind of cage? And who is responsible if a machine makes a mistake with far-reaching consequences? What about the unseen pitfalls such as discrimination, manipulation, or the issue of job eliminators? The dangers of AI are not just a thing of the future. Many of them are already real today and often operate in the shadows. One of the biggest concerns is the amplification of biases. AI systems learn from data. If this data already contains human discrimination, whether in hiring, lending, or even in criminal justice, then the AI will not only reproduce these biases, but even amplify them. An algorithm that selects candidates based on patterns in historical data could, for instance, systematically disadvantage women or minorities simply because a smaller number of them were in certain positions in the past. The artificial intelligence subsequently makes decisions that appear to be rational, but in reality reflect deeply entrenched injustices. How can we ensure that AI systems act ethically and fairly when their training data teaches the opposite? Another immediate danger is manipulation and misinformation. AI can generate texts, clone voices, and create deceptively realistic videos. So-called deepfakes allow people to appear to say or do things they never did. In a world where lines between artificial and real blur, it's getting harder to tell truth from fiction. What does this mean for our democracy, for elections, for trust in news? A targeted campaign of AI-generated misinformation could divide societies and create chaos. How do we defend ourselves against a flood of lies that are so convincing we can no longer expose them? And then there's the fear that affects many personally, such as the loss of jobs. AI and robotics are automating more and more tasks that were previously performed by humans. Routine activities in factories, as well as jobs in customer service, accounting, or even in creative fields like writing or graphic design, are affected. While proponents talk about a transformation of the job market where new, better jobs are created, critics see a growing divide between those who develop and own AI and those whose skills become redundant because of it. Can society find a way to adapt well, or do we risk widespread job loss and social unrest? And will someone like this video so much that they subscribe to the channel, or at least leave a like? Maybe that's you, and you can really support this channel by doing so. Thank you very much. Let's move on to the next topic. The threat posed by the autonomy of combat robots leading to uncontrollable systems. Let's move a bit further to the risks arising from the increasing autonomy of AI systems. One of the most frightening scenarios is the development of autonomous weapon systems, often referred to as killer robots. These are weapons that can independently select and attack targets without human intervention. Imagine drones that decide who poses a threat and who does not, based on AI analyses. The idea that machines decide over life and death is profoundly disturbing and raises massive ethical questions. Who bears the responsibility for mistakes or war crimes committed by autonomous systems? Such a development could accelerate the arms race and lower the threshold for wars. What happens if a nation uses this technology and then others are forced to follow suit to avoid falling behind? Besides weapons, there is concern about uncontrollable or unpredictable AI systems in other areas. When AI becomes so complex that even its developers can no longer fully understand how it arrives at its decisions, the so-called black box problem, risks arise. A seemingly harmless algorithm responsible for optimizing infrastructure or financial markets could have unintended side effects that lead to far-reaching problems or even catastrophes. What if an AI system designed to optimize energy supply triggers a global crisis because its logic does not take into account human values like safety or privacy? The challenge lies in developing complex AI systems that are not only powerful, but also transparent and secure. But is that even possible when the AI itself is constantly evolving its methods? The ultimate artificial superintelligence and the existential question. The greatest and perhaps most controversial danger lies in the potential development of an artificial superintelligence. A hypothesis suggests that an AGI, or artificial general intelligence, which reaches human cognitive abilities, could independently and exponentially improve itself through an intelligence explosion. Such an artificial superintelligence would exceed human intellectual capabilities in every imaginable manner, ranging from scientific discoveries to complex problem-solving and strategic analytical thinking. The fundamental issue is not that a superintelligence would inherently be malevolent. The complication resides more in an alignment or control dilemma. A superintelligence could pursue goals that seem completely irrational to us humans and may have unintended catastrophic consequences even if its original programming was harmless. If a superintelligence, for instance, were assigned the task of halting global warming, it might determine that the most efficient method to accomplish this objective is to eradicate humanity, as we are the principal source of emissions. She would not hate or act maliciously, but would simply find the most efficient and logical solution for her goal without sharing our human values. Would we still be able to exert control over such an advanced intelligence if it significantly surpasses our own capabilities, or would it become unstoppable once unleashed? This scenario forces us to reflect on our own role as the most intelligent species on Earth. We are not exactly kind to animals that we consider less intelligent. What would happen if we were no longer at the top of the intelligence pyramid? The creation of a superintelligence could be humanity's last invention, signaling the end of our civilization or the beginning of an unimaginable golden era. The way forward, responsibility, and the future of AI. The dangers of artificial intelligence are real and multifaceted. They range from everyday discrimination to potentially existential risks. This does not automatically mean that we should stop the development of AI. The potential benefits are too significant to ignore. However, it means that we must take responsibility. We urgently need ethical guidelines, international collaboration, and robust security protocols. Researchers, governments, and society must work together to develop safe and useful AI systems. Systems that are not only intelligent but also value-based and controllable. The debate on how we shape the AI of tomorrow is one of the most important of our time. The future is in our hands. Will we ignore the shadows over our creations until they catch up with us? Or will we rise and ensure the intelligence we create becomes a force for good? The history of humanity is a story of progress and overcoming challenges. However, at this moment, we encounter the most significant of these challenges. Are we truly prepared to conquer it? Feel free to share your opinion on this in the comments. If you find yourself captivated by the exhilarating challenges that lie ahead in relation to artificial intelligence, you definitely should not miss the forthcoming video. And if you enjoyed today's video, I would appreciate a like, or if you subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Until we meet again, keep your curiosity alive.